Hi, everybody. Welcome back. I sure hope you guys can recognize me. It is your host, Daniel Salazar, back here with Hidden Pockets. I know it's been a couple weeks since I've been gone, so sorry about that. When you're living the professional life, you gotta work around your schedule, figure some things out. But hey, happy to be back, happy to converse with all of you, and share my thoughts and ideas with you guys.
Boo.
He's back from the dead.
Oh, man. You know what? I should just go. Bye, guys. Oh, man. Well, I'm glad these guys are excited to see me as well.
Yeah, we missed you, Daniel.
Yeah, we miss you
bro.
too.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Well, first, I want to introduce Haley. She will be our guest for today. She is a coworker of my brother, and she is studying advertising at Brigham Young University. Haley, do you have any, particular dream or something you want to maybe do with advertising in the future? She's a freelance graphic designer, guys. So if you have any ideas for a logo, just shoot them out to Haley and she'll help you out.
Okay, yeah, it's tricky. I feel like it took me a while to get to this point, and honestly, advertising wasn't something that I wanted to do. It was graphic design. That was my extreme passion. It was just a way I could put ideas together without vocally expressing them. It's just kind of my visual way of communicating to others, and it's something that I'm really proud of because it's a way I show love to others, and it's a way that I can express myself clearly when words just fail me.
Yeah.
It's kind of carried me through everything, I feel like.
No, I like that. Just
That's
instead of having to speak things out, just visualize it.
Oh yeah, and I mean it just started with just some fun collages I would make, just of my favorite cartoons or characters or shows. It just started with just some fascinations like that. I think it was just kind of a fixation of me wanting to draw.
Yeah.
And since I was kind of crap at drawing, I just fixated that into making collages and just making fun photo edits and stuff. And later that translated into this passion for graphic design. So
I like that.
It's been cool, yeah. It's definitely been a really neat experience. I feel like it has a lot to do with communication, and a good design I feel like really communicates exactly what it wants to say.
Mm-hmm.
So Haley, could you describe a couple of the designs that you've made in the past?
Well, something that immediately comes to mind, I think, are probably the graphics I made for BYU Athletics. That was my first graphic design job, because honestly it was just a hobby for me and wasn't really a career path until I got into BYU and I was applying for the program. And while I was applying to the program, one of my friends got me this job at BYU Athletics. It was with BYU tickets and athletics, but they taught me so much about Photoshop and just bringing that editing style that I love so much to life. And it was just so cool to see my designs just kind of around campus, especially with the 2024 football season. It was just really cool just to see my stuff just kind of out there and being actually paid for what I did. I felt like that was just, that was something really exciting. I really loved doing those graphics. Another thing that was really memorable is when I didn't get into the graphic design program. I was really frustrated because I felt like that was just a solid direction that everything that had happened in my life had built up to it. But not getting in was frustrating, so I begrudgingly took an advertising class and marketing and a few other classes just to see which major I would want to pursue while I was in the process of reapplying to graphic design. And I loved advertising so much. The class was so fun. It was so collaborative. I think what I loved about it over graphic design was that I could collaborate with a bunch of people. It wasn't just me alone in front of a computer screen. I could collaborate with others, share creative ideas, and it was more about the idea thinking than the actual hard skill of designing itself. So that was really cool to explore. And when I did get into the program, I realized, wow, this is something I definitely want to explore. So I just kind of stuck with it. I don't think I even applied to graphic design again. I just stuck with advertising because I think going up the ladder, something I really want to do is become a creative and art director.
Ooh, I love that.
And I mean, I feel like that's a step up from being a graphic designer because I felt like with graphic design, the next step up is to be a creative and art director, which is a career I found in advertising. It's not something that graphic design here at BYU will teach you how to do. So I was like, well, why don't I just skip those steps and just go straight to what the bigger roles would be? So it helps me work in bigger roles, kind of more managerial positions. And so I've had the opportunity to work with not only graphic designers, but videographers, cinematographers, all sorts of people to bring creative ideas to life. Not only through advertising, but just other marketing means. So yeah, some of my projects, I guess I could show you guys here, were some of my first projects that I did for a brand, Haagen-Dazs. We just kind of created an ad campaign for
Delicious.
them. And yeah, it was so good. I had never heard of the brand. I mean, I had, but I had not heard of it until we did a campaign for them. And it was just so fun. And that reignited my love for design and just working and collaborating with others. So yeah.
Nice.
Wow, you like have a career already, basically, you know?
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of people have that. I'll be
Yeah.
honest.
No, it took a second. It was frustrating that it took almost 2 years to get there, but I'm really happy with where I'm going. Hopefully things all go well.
So remember how at the end of last episode I said that we'll have a surprise for you? Well, besides Daniel, of course, coming back for the dead. Well, I'm happy to announce that Haley here has gladly designed us 3 new logos for our Hidden Pockets podcast. And so with that, gone is the boring old Hidden Pockets simplistic logo. And so Haley, take us behind the scenes on how you came up with the final designs for our new logo.
So one thing I really loved about the name of the podcast was that it had a pocket in it, and I thought that was so cute. So I was like, I have to put a pocket in the logo, the shape of the pocket. So as I was coming up with ideas, I was talking with Christian a bunch about it. We definitely wanted to have the pocket, and we wanted to seem like the logo was like kind of inside the pocket. So something I found really cool as I was exploring how I would do this and just kind of doing a few sketches was that the shape of like a podcast like mic kind of fits, the pocket itself could kind of fit in it. So I was like, wait, it could kind of look like the podcast mic. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna mess with this. So I did, came up with something I think we really liked, I hope.
We definitely did.
And I guess the colors here in the podcast room really was the inspiration for the color palette. So I messed around with that as well. And yeah, so that's the main logo. It's just the podcast mic with the pocket. I was struggling to make it look like a pocket because I felt like it looked super cowboy the first iteration with the stitches and everything. So it was tricky to kind of get it right. But I was cracking at it last night, and I'm like, okay. I got really excited for it at one point, though, because I'm like, this is actually looking so fun. And I got excited enough to make like a little logo mark, which a logo mark is just like a very simplified, smaller version of the logo that can be used kind of everywhere in like the corners of flyers or stuff like that. So the main logo itself will be like what the base of it looks like, but the little logo mark is just kind of a very simplified form of it. And then I did a logo type, which pretty much is just it written out. So just the type, the font, Hidden Pockets just written out. And I had a little bit of fun with that as well. But yeah, the primary color is just this like dark, like grayish. The secondary color is like, it reminded me of like the BYU blue. It felt almost BYU core. I tried really hard to make it not seem like it was just a BYU thing, so that it was just kind of true to you guys. So I experimented with sharp edges. We wanted it to look super geometric and just simplistic and more symbolic.
Haley, thank you so much for designing those logos. Like, that means a lot to us, and you're very talented. Like, we can definitely see you have a career right ahead of you. No, but the other thing is, I think it's cool that you shared your insights about how you didn't get into the program you wanted, and how you first started something off as a passion, a hobby, right? And then you moved on to different things, bigger and better projects. And I think with life, a lot of times we want to get somewhere, whether it be with a career path or maybe a new hobby, a new talent we want to experience, even relationships, and they don't work out, right? Because things happen in life. It's not necessarily your fault. That's just how it is sometimes with different things, you know? And like, I'm a religious man, so like, I believe God has a plan for everybody, right? And so maybe he has something better in mind, you know? Like, I want to get into what's it called? Digital marketing. But unfortunately, I don't know what's going to happen yet, you know? I only say it like that because it's possible maybe I may not get into digital marketing. I didn't want to get into sales. That was the last thing I wanted to do, I'll be honest. And right now, full-time job, I'm a sales associate. And I was like, wow, I did not expect that, right? And I could have the opportunity to later on become more than a sales associate, maybe a sales representative, something I never wanted to do. So yeah, I think it's interesting, just how life takes us different places with the talents that God has blessed us with. I guess moving on from that, a fun topic that I think we should just discuss with everybody would be something that brings us back into our childhood memories, right?
Again.
Hey, it's always fun exploring these things, kind of gets you an idea of like what kind of things excited you, right?
A nice dose of nostalgia.
Amen to that, brother. But yeah, I grew up watching Cartoon Network with Chris, and we definitely saw a bunch of commercials, right? What were some of your guys' favorite childhood commercials?
So, growing up, all of us, we grew up before, streaming era and stuff like that. So commercials were everywhere. It was usually like 5 to 8 minutes of commercials. So some of the more interesting commercials that I personally saw growing up while watching like Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, and stuff like that, were so I remember on Nickelodeon, I remember that there was this one commercial called Oral Gel. It was like toothpaste for children or something like that. And it had like this little bear character. I don't remember what show it was from, but I remember there was this little boy that was excited about using like oral gel toothpaste or something like that. And then another commercial that I remember fondly was, do you guys remember the Shirley Temple DVD collection thing that would always come out?
Oh, yes.
I don't know much about Shirley Temple, but I do remember those commercials coming out. Holy crap.
Yeah, I still got the freaking Animal Cracker song in my head because of those commercials.
Yeah, she got it.
You got sing, girl, sing for us.
Oh yeah, and also the freaking like the fruit by the foot commercials, like
Yes,
the
sir.
Capri Sun ones,
Woo,
You gotta
already
respect
know.
the pouch.
the Danimal ones, and like the Go-Gurt commercials. They were like always so fun, and the Lunchables and stuff like that.
Oh, yes.
Oh man.
Which commercials I remember? I remember ones about like Mickey Mouse pens, books with like Minnie Mouse as well. Does that ring a bell? I think that was an Univision commercial. I'd see it at my grandma's, like when every time she watched a commercial, there'd be one of those commercials. Anyways, stupid segue. Keep going.
Oh yeah, and then of course Adult Swim, the Adult Swim block on Cartoon Network. For those of you who watched it, you guys remember the commercials from there? They were
There are a few commercials that come in mind. One of them being the classic Lego City commercials.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, probably all of you, or some of you are at least familiar with "A man fell into the river at Lego City. Quick, someone build the rescue helicopter."
Yep.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Like that thing wouldn't be built at all. Then the guy's like, "Hey!" And then they build the rescue copter. They save the guy or let him die if you're watching the memes. And and yeah, that would be it for those commercials. Those are honestly pretty fun. I don't know why Lego doesn't make commercials like that anymore. And then who wants to do a little sing along? Because I remember the Zoo Pal commercial. The Zoo Play.
Zoo Pals!
Yeah, the Zoo Pal commercial. We're just like oink oink Zoo Pals.
I forgot the rest of it, but it's like
Yeah.
moo
Zoo Pals.
wolf
Whoa, Zoo Pals.
Zoo Pals make eating fun.
Yes.
Do you guys remember Pillow Pets?
It's our
Oh
pet.
yeah.
It's our pet. Yes, sir.
All right, here's another
It's a
sing
pillow.
along. 1, 2, 3. It's a
It's
pillow.
pillow. It's a pet.
Oh no, I can't sing.
It's
a
a pillow
pillow
pet for you.
Commercials are fun. The Pokemon commercials. I remember Pokemon Diamond Pearl came out. The raining Pokeballs. Man, I wish I was in that commercial. I wish I could catch those Pokeballs and release all those Pokemons out there. Anyways, that's that.
I remember the Bakugan ones too.
Oh yeah, those were fun back in the
And
day.
Beyblades. Do you guys remember the Beyblade ones?
Yes, sir.
Let it rip.
I'm just trying to remember random jingles that have stuck with me because it's always those taglines that I feel like stick a bit more. Do you guys know the progressive ones?
Yes,
Yes.
with Flo.
Yes.
Those
She's
are
getting
always so
old now.
fun.
Yeah, but I feel like she hasn't been in any of them. And well, any of the more
Recent one.
recent ones.
Yeah.
They
Like,
have like the old retirement folks commercial.
yeah.
Oh gosh.
Oh,
I'm falling and I can't get up.
That wasn't quite what I was thinking.
I don't know. I mean, I just got excited at the McDonald's commercials whenever they would announce the new toy for the kid, the Happy Meal.
Oh yeah, I remember
Yeah,
this as
man.
well.
I remember when they announced Shark Boy and Lava Girl. I was excited for those toys.
Ooh,
I remember the. Sorry.
No, go for it.
Oh, I was gonna say I remember the Kung Fu Panda ones.
I remember I had a really big My Little Pony phase for a bit, so like when the new one came out, I was like on a hunt to collect all of the ones that I could. I think we bought some at like swap meets that my mom would take me to. I don't know what you guys call them. We call them tianguis. So we would go to those and just go buy. We would go out to buy as many as we could. So that was my little obsession. But yeah, I mean, I think about like all the princess ads and stuff when I was a kid. Like I always wanted the Barbies and the
Oh,
Yes,
they did.
Haley. All
They
right.
they had very fun looking commercials, didn't they?
yeah. Of course, they were all so freaking expensive. I never had more than just one Barbie. I never got
Oh,
a Ken for my
man.
Barbies either.
No
so-
Ken.
Ken.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
no love story for my Barbie.
Oh, poor Barbie. Oh man.
yeah.
How about you, David?
So this one's kind of a little bit devious, but like the one commercial I always remembered fondly is the Cinnamon Toast Crunch commercials, where like they're all eating each other or whatever. Now the thing is, I love Cinnamon Toast Crunch. That's like my favorite cereal, and like and like I would always root for the Cinnamons to eat each other because I'm like I understand the love for eating each other, but like it's
the same thing
Yeah.
with that cookie commercial. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like there's this one where like the kids telling me the birthday of the cookie. It's my birthday.
Yeah.
What do we get? What's our cake? And they all like look at him like, yo, these kids are demonic. Oh my God. For his birthday.
But yeah, that's the one commercial I remember so fondly. Any other commercial, like the Pop Tarts one, or like
oh, those are funny.
the the Tootsie Pops, the one with the owl.
Which one?
The goldfish. The snack.
Oh.
It's not that's fine.
Yeah.
Goldfish.
You know what
That's
commercial
mild,
scared
but
me, you
goldfish.
You know what commercial scared me?
Which one?
When I was a kid, the Eggo waffle commercials. The ones from like you know the one where they had like the waffle walking around on set and stuff like
Kinda.
that, and the fork chasing them. That always freaked me out as a kid.
I don't remember that, but I remember how disappointed I never got to eat the Lego variant of Eggos.
I probably tasted the same, Chris.
Yeah.
Variants are variants.
Very processed.
But like the only other commercial I remember is the Tootsie Pop one with the freaking owl. That's always like that's what I hear. Let's find out. One, two,
Two.
three.
Wait, David, how
That
many?
one annoyed me because I hate Tootsie Pops, but like I remember that one too.
Wait, David, how many licks does it take for you to get to the bottom of a Tootsie Pop?
I ain't
roll?
telling you.
That's none of your business.
Too many commercials, guys. Too many commercials. And with that, we're going to go on commercial break for like a week before we get back into another episode. Oh, man. So I'll start to cut it short, guys. But we want to thank everybody for supporting us as well as our followers. As always, we're always happy to talk about random crap like commercials and all that. And once again, shout out to Haley for helping us out with her projects as well as supporting us today. And yeah. You have a great career ahead of you. I promise you that, you know. Whoever doesn't hire you, I don't know what they're thinking. They're probably, I don't know, a little maybe crazy in the head or something. But yeah, thank you so much, guys. And with that, Hidden Pockets, right back at ya.
Thanks for having us in your homes.
Yeah.